Welcome back, Truth Seeker. In the headlines, Michael Jordan's flu game being teased, and also ESPN has announced that they've moved up the release of the documentary on Jordan's career titled The Last Dance. It was going to come out in June, but because of the coronavirus outbreak and everyone being without sports, they're going to play it April 19th, 2020. So let's talk about the rituals at hand here. We'll start with the flu game. Notice in Gematria, flu game, it's emphasized in the headline. Anytime the media does that, there's numbers behind the words. Flu game equals 65 like pandemic. And right now they're saying, in hindsight, that was irresponsible. That could have caused a pandemic. Again, back in the 90s, it wasn't a society of men being raised to be trannies. It wasn't a society that was worried about germs. It was a society, that hadn't been pussified. And back then, we didn't have a crackhead yet as the president. We didn't have a pussy grabber yet as the president. We had a man who still liked blowjobs and stained blue dresses. Not that he was the best guy in the world either, but the point is, it was better times. So, they're making a big deal about Jordan's flu game against the Utah Jazz, the team that supposedly tested positive for coronavirus. They got the league shut down by the numbers, but they're talking about Jordan's flu game against that same old Utah Jazz team and how Jordan dropped 38 points in it. And strangely enough, pandemic equals 38 as well. And like I've always told you, the entire NBA is a script. The scripts that take place even decades earlier are part of stories that are written for the future. So don't kid yourself when they remember Jordan's flu game and he dropped 38, and now it's being brought up in light of this contrived coronavirus pandemic. Again, this is probably exactly how it was planned all along, because that's how the powers that shouldn't be, who control your NBA, your government, your media, they work. They're very well planned out decades in advance, as we've well proven in recent years with the book I've written and everything else. So now the next piece of this. With regards to it being a game against the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals, remember, Michael Jordan equals 113 like Kobe Bryant, who's now buried in Corona del Mar, whose death was synced up with Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, who was also in the movie about a viral outbreak that turns the world into zombies, where his family dies in a helicopter crash in that film. Anyhow, Michael Jordan 113, Kobe Bryant 113, Utah Jazz, the only team in the league that sums to 113. And of course, the National Basketball Association's 113, like coronavirus pandemic's 113. And remember, the pandemic was declared on March 11th, a date written 11/3 in the majority of the world, the same day the National Basketball Association suspended league play, which was also the 142nd day of the season, and coronavirus is 142. If you haven't read my book, there's a chapter on Rig Sports by the Numbers. I talk about how the NBA performs massive rituals around the number 113. That was written years before any of this happened. So just one more perfect example exposing what I've been talking about for a long time. Now, in the article, they said Enes Kanter tweeted about this, but he copied this guy who put it out on March 20th, CJ Toledano. And what's interesting about the day of CJ Toledano's tweet, March 20th, is it was Michael Jordan's 33rd day of his age. And of course, Michael's 33, NBA Finals is 33, Bulls is 33, Masonry, Secrecy, Order, Kobe, they're all 33. Remember how after Jordan won his third NBA Finals in 93, his father died? And his father died on July 23rd, 23 Jordan. But July 23rd was exactly 33 days after the NBA Finals concluded. In 93, the Finals ended on June 20th. So 33 days after Michael won the Finals, his father died. And then the other thing is, his father died on July 23rd, a date written 23/7, like 237. His father's name with the alphabetic order, James Raymond Jordan Sr., 237. And the one thing I've always asked about Michael Jordan's father is, how could he have possibly been 5'6"? What son grows a foot taller than their dad? Anyhow, moving on. This show coming out, The Last Dance, they bumped it up to April 19th. Again, this is about Jordan's career. 10-part documentary begins April 19th. And the big story this year, the death of Kobe Bryant, who essentially emulated Jordan's career. If you haven't read my book, I talk about the major parallels between Kobe and Jordan. Jordan's last game in Philly, Kobe's hometown, which was 678 weeks on the nose before Kobe retired. It matters that it was 678 weeks on the nose because there's something called Sumerian Gematria, where you just multiply the alphabetic order times 6. In that cipher, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Utah Jazz, they're all 678. And let's not forget that Kobe played his last game against the Utah Jazz as well, which was a riddle with Moses Malone, who was drafted out of high school by Utah and who died at age 60, 213 days before Kobe scored 60 in his last game against Utah, playing for LA, the 213 area code. But anyhow, this release of this show, April 19th, 419, that's the 81st prime. The word ritual's 81. The name Kobe Bean Bryant is also 81. Kobe scored 81 points in his 666th career game, 666, to go with his 666 workout, the number of the beast. From Jordan's February 17th birthday to the release of this is 62 days later. Jordan's 62. Notice it's also 2 months and 2 days. Basketball's 22. Notice it's 8 weeks and 6 days. The first NBA Finals ever was in the year 86. That was the year Len Bias got 86th. His death was a 213 ritual as well. And then from the day Kobe died to the day that this comes out is 84 days. Think about how Jordan joined the league in 84, a special number. Zionism 84, Masonry 84, Jesuit 84, United States of America 84. Think about the book 1984. If you've never read it, you really should. It's never been more relevant. It's about a society of people ruled over with tyranny, lies, screens, and they're all distracted with sports. Notice it's also 2 months and 24 days, like how Kobe's reunion or his memorial was on February 24th. His daughter number 2, him finishing his career with 24. It's 12 weeks as well. 37's the 12th prime. Remember, Bryant and Jordan both equal 37, like Los Angeles and Chicago both equal 37. Forwards, Bryant and Jordan both equal 26, like how Kobe died on the 26th on the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant, the football coach. But 37's the 12th prime. So all of these numbers are related to Kobe's death. Again, Jordan did speak at the memorial on February 24th. And from the memorial, February 24th to April 19th is 55 days later. Just like how February 24th is the 55th day of the year. It's also 1 month and 26 days, like how Kobe died on 1/26. And remember, Kobe was a member of the Boule. Jordan might be as well. Sigma Pi Phi, the official name of the Boule, is 55. Boule is also 55. The Greek letters for Sigma Pi Phi, Sigma in Greek is the 18th letter, Pi is the 16th letter, Phi is the 21st letter. So in Greek, Sigma Pi Phi is also 55, showing you a direct connection between Greek isopsophy and English. Again, in Hebrew, when you code numbers into words, it's gematria. When you do it in Greek, it's isopsophy. When you do it in English, you could truly call it isopsophy or gematria, but it's all the same thing. It all comes from Kabbalah. Kabbalah states God created the world with letters, numbers, and words. Remember, God equals 26 in Hebrew and English, just like the word letter equals 26, like how we have a 26-letter alphabet. And notice Sigma Pi Phi is also 62 like Jordan and 26 like Kobe and Bryant. Again, Jordan, Bryant, 26, dead on the 26th day of the year. Bryant and Jordan, 26 and 37. Again, Kobe dead on the 37-year anniversary of Bear Bryant. Bear Bryant died in 83. Football equals 83. So does murder. That's the year the song Murder by Numbers by the Police came out. Chicago and Los Angeles, 37. Jordan finished his career with the Wizards, 37. And then the name of that documentary, The Last Dance, 68 like basketball, but like Wuhan. If you've missed all the videos I've done on all these supposed NBA players who've come down with the Wuhan coronavirus, almost all of them have names equaling 68. It's a big bad joke. And it's all by the numbers. So I won't be tuning into the documentary, I can tell you that much. I can't stand Michael Jordan. Haven't been able to stand him since I was a little child, growing up in Portland, Oregon, watching him get away with murder on the court. You couldn't breathe on him. He could do whatever he wanted. The refs worked for him. I could see the script as a 6-year-old. So I'm still wondering now as a 36-year-old, what's wrong with most grown men? How are they still deceived by these sports when they get less and less realistic with each passing year? Same people that can't see through this whole coronavirus scandal. Same people who do nothing but trust in authority, believe everything they see on the TV, don't think for themselves, don't question. Pretty much all the things that wise people teach the opposite of. We'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Till next time.